Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. For practice today, I wanted to focus on the physical uh, motion of twisting the body and then incorporating some standing balance alongside that. So we have a couple kind of tricky transitions, but they're some of my favorite kind of challenging transitions that really draw you into the moment because they require focus when you're rotated and moving on one leg. So that's on the horizon for our physical practice. And then in terms of our heart space and intention, what's come up for me recently is this idea that being compassionate with ourselves is meeting ourselves where we're at. I think so often, not only in our yoga practice, but in our life off the mat as well, we have this expectation that we should have it figured out or already know how to do something. And I think as we get older and as we find routine and settle into our ways, we find ourselves less often in situations where we are trying something new, where we're outside of our comfort zone, where we are a beginner, right? And I think it's really good for us to be in those spaces of being a beginner and practicing being compassionate to ourselves in that process. It is silly to think that the first time we try something, or even the first couple of times maybe we try something, that we have it figured out and that we can do it perfectly right away. And this practice is a beautiful example of offering us a space to practice being compassionate when we are in that early phase of exploring something. And even if you've been practicing for a long time, I think sometimes we come across shapes that we haven't done in a while, or a new transition, or our body's just in a different place than it used to be, and it can be kind of humbling. But to pay attention to how we react and respond when we're in that place of challenge or discomfort or trying something new, and how we treat ourselves in that space. The other thing that's been on my mind recently is I went to visit my grandfather this weekend, and he's in the process of passing. But one of the many things I learned from this visit was that this physical vessel that we are moving through this human experience with is so temporary, right? The time that we have here is relatively short, and to be physically capable of holding our bodies up and moving freely across the yoga mat is an incredible gift. And so I really encourage you to also allow that thread to move with you throughout the practice of just deep gratitude for the physical body that you exist in and for all that it's capable of today, right? Because I think it's so easy to fall into this space of feeling frustrated, like we aren't strong enough yet, or we aren't flexible enough yet, or I wish I could do this shape, or whatever it might be in terms of the physical body. But in reality, when we actually lean back, like we have so much to be grateful for just in terms of this. Yeah. For practice, we're going to start lying in Shavasana. We'll spend a couple moments just moving the breath through the body first, and then we'll move the body itself. So go ahead and lie back and get comfortable. Give yourself a couple moments just to settle in and adjust to the support of the earth beneath you. Allowing your eyes to close if that feels safe. Maybe allowing your body to take up a little bit more space. Maybe allow your legs to go slightly wider. Maybe your arms go slightly wider. And then as you start to widen your body and take up space there, begin to widen your breath. As you widen your breath, think about stretching every inhale a little bit more fully to your side bodies and your back body, in addition to the front of your body. And as you slow down and lengthen your exhales, feel that sense of arrival to this moment. and permission to let go of anything outside of this moment. We breathe in, we feel that life force energy moving within us. And as we breathe out, we arrive more completely and let go of everything else. Just taking a couple more breaths here. Again, every inhale, you feel the energy of your breath supplying your body. Every exhale, you find yourself more deeply connected to this moment here and now. We give ourselves permission throughout this practice to be beginners, to be students, to meet ourselves where we're at, set expectations aside. And we make the decision to move with gratitude for the physical body that we occupy, for the vessel that moves us through this human experience. With these two intentions in mind, let's take a deep breath in together, nice and full inhale through your nose. And when you're ready, an open mouth exhale, let that breath go. From Shavasana, you're just going to slowly start to reach your hands up overhead, bending your full body stretch. Take a moment to lengthen from your fingers to your toes as you breathe in. And then on your exhale, start to bring both of your knees into your body. Draw your thighs in nice and close. You take a little rock from side to side. And then interlace both your hands onto your right shin. Extend your left leg out across your yoga mat. As your left leg lengthens, pull your right thigh in close. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, supine twist. Right knee will reach across your body towards the left side of your yoga mat. And allow your right arm to reach out wide. So you get a big stretch across your chest. Maybe down through your right bicep. And take a slow breath in. And a slow breath out. You have the option to stay here, or if you want to, you're going to find a half fetal pose. So the lower body's going to stay the same. You'll reach your left arm up overhead. There's the back of your yoga mat, and just roll onto your left side body so that your left ear is resting in your left bicep. Allow your hips to tip enough so that your right knee is resting on the ground. And from here, maybe bend your left heel towards your seat. And you might reach your right hand back to catch your left foot for a thigh stretch. Sometimes you got to lift your heart up, your chest up a little bit to find that connection, and then you can settle back down. And so a lot of our practice today, we are going to be contracting through the front line. So just taking a moment to create some length through the front of your left hip, and down through your quad, the front of your thigh. Last breath in. And on your breath out, go ahead and let your left leg lengthen out towards the front of your yoga mat. As you roll onto your back body, oh my gosh, Finn. As long as there's not a dog there, you're going to roll onto your back body and reach your right leg up to the sky. So finding your hamstring stretch. You can keep your left leg long, but if it feels better this early in practice to bend your left knee, give yourself that permission. And then you're going to reach your hands to the back of your right thigh. Find any amount of softness through your right knee. As you reach your right heel up to the ceiling, finding a flex through your ankle, gently pull your navel to your spine. And then you're going to use your hands to encourage your leg towards your heart. But at the same time, you're going to press your right thigh bone forward into your fingers. So you have opposing action here. Hands pull energetically towards your body. Right thigh bone is pushing into your fingers to help lengthen through your low back. Take one more breath in. On your exhale, a brief figure four. Right ankle will stack on top of your left thigh. Decide if you want your left foot on your yoga mat or if you want to reach around and gather the whole figure 4 leg unit to your body. Your hands might interlace behind your left hamstring or on the top of your left shin, depending on how open you feel in this moment. And maybe take a little rock from side to side. And one more inhale. Then exhale, when you're moving pose second side, you're going to reach your right leg long across your yoga mat. Use your hands to draw your left knee towards your left shoulder. Then breathe into that compression point between your belly and your thigh. On your out breath, go ahead and find your supine twist. Left knee reaches across you, left arm opens wide. And concentrating your breath to the left side of your body. Feel how your inhale creates some space, some length. And then let your exhale just drop you a little bit deeper into this rotation. And just like we did before, you can choose to stay here in just the supine twist as you are. Or you can start to roll onto your right side into that half fetal pose shape. Right ear finds right bicep. And then maybe your left hand starts to reach back to catch your right foot. So your top hand to your bottom foot, creating that thigh stretch, the quad stretch to your right side. You might gently pull your navel to your spine, lengthen your tailbone forward to intensify the stretch. And take a slow, steady inhale. On your exhale, release your right leg long, roll onto your back body and lengthen your left leg up to the sky. And just like before, decide if you want your right leg long or your right knee bent. Flex your left heel, maybe a little softness to your left knee. And as you pull your navel to your spine, you're going to start to find some opposing action here. So hands pull your left thigh towards you, left thigh bone presses forward. Think about lengthening your tailbone towards the front of your yoga mat. And I find with this opposing action of hands pulling towards you, left thigh bone forward, having a little bit more of a generous bend in the knee sometimes feels nice. So give yourself permission to soften your knee a little bit more than you might normally in your hamstring stretch. And take an inhale, reach your left heel high. When you're ready on exhale, it's figure 4, left ankle stacks on top of your right thigh. Deciding on the depth of this side, and if you want to be in movement or stillness, relax your jaw. Let your shoulders soften away from your ears, and maybe allow your breath to reach into the point of sensation. So you might visualize your breath moving towards your left hip. And as you breathe out, maybe visualize some of the stickiness melting away with exhale. Okay. From here, start to unwind your legs. Just bring both your knees into your chest. And then start to rock and roll forward and back until you find your way up to a cross-legged seat. Let's go right shin in front of our left. On your inhale, circle sweep your hands to the sky. On your exhale, go ahead and twist to your right. So you're going to turn your heart to the right. Take your left hand across your body. So left hand's going to hold on to your right knee. Right fingertips prop up behind you like a second spine. Inhale to lift up tall through heart and crown. On your exhale, rotate. And on your next in-breath, go ahead and unravel, unwind, reach up really tall to the ceiling. On your exhale, just finding second side, right hand goes across to hold onto your left knee. Left fingertips press into the earth behind you to help you sit up taller. Breathe in. And on your exhale, twist. Taking an extra breath here, think about supporting the lift of your heart and crown with your inhale. And facilitating your twist with your exhale. At this time, as you unravel, unwind, reach your hands up to the sky, breath in, lean back, just switching out your shins, bring your left shin in front of your right. Hands to the fronts of your knees. Inhale to pull your heart forward, think cow spine. So heart and tailbone energetically lift up towards the ceiling. Then your exhale, cat spine around through the back of your heart. Let your head hang tucked through your tailbone. Take that twice more. Breath in, open your heart. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, collarbones go super wide. On your exhale, your shoulder blades spread. Pull your belly in, head and tailbone tuck. Good, last round, inhale, jaw open. And exhale to curl your spine, really round the back of your heart. Use your hands holding onto your knees as support so you can curl. Head is heavy, back of the neck is long. And then start to come back to a neutral spine. Go ahead and find your way into your tabletop pose, all fours. With an inhale, we'll take one round of cat-cow here. Lift your heart, lift your tailbone. And on your exhale, cat spine, start to push the earth away. Round the back of your heart up to the ceiling. Head is heavy again. Coming into your neutral spine, go ahead and tuck your toes underneath. Downward facing dog, press your pelvis up and back. And then just giving yourself a moment here, send one heel towards the earth. And then the other, continuing to create space at the backs of your legs and lengthen your torso. And with a deep breath in, reach your right leg up to the ceiling, find your three-legged dog. And on your exhale, bring your knee towards your nose. The three-legged dog, take a big breath in, re-extend. On exhale, step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. Left knee comes to a hover for your cow lunge as you inhale. Let your front body lengthen. And with exhale, cat lunge, extend both of your legs. Then go ahead and bend into your right knee. And finding your twisted low lunge, reach your right hand to the sky. Try to keep a lot of power through your left quad, your left glute. Take one more inhale. Think about pulling your sternum and the crown of your head forward. And your exhale, think about twisting from your waistline up. Go ahead and release your right hand down to the earth and step forward to your forward fold, left foot to the top of your yoga mat. Soften your knees, head is heavy. Just take a breath here, maybe shifting forward and back or side to side. Now with a little bit of softness in your knees, we inhale to our halfway lift, lengthen out from crown to tail. On your exhale, forward fold release. Big breath in, rise all the way to stand, Urdhva Hastasana, circle, sweep your hands up high. With your exhalation, soft knees, goddess your arms, elbows open wide. Follow your inhale to reach to the ceiling again. On your exhale, soften your knees and hinge at your hips. Find a halfway lift on your inhale. And then step your right foot to the back of your yoga mat as you exhale. Plant through your palms, three-legged dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. With exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. Three-legged dog, big breath in. And step your left foot forward to the top, maybe help it there. Finding cow lunge, right knee sinks towards a hover. Stretch your sternum forward with your breath. And then cat lunge, extend your legs, find your hamstring stretch. Breathing in, just bend into your left knee, keep your right quad, your right thigh really active, and twist your left hand to the sky. So right hip point is buoyant. Sometimes there's a tendency for the right hip point to collapse towards the inner left thigh when we twist. We want to keep the hips really square, just twist from the waistline up. Release your left hand down to the earth. Find your step into your forward fold. Right foot will join your left. Right away, this time we inhale to our halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Rising up to stand, take a deep breath as you reach high. Goddess arms on your exhale, elbows wide. Breathe in, reaching your fingertips to the ceiling. Follow your exhale to forward fold, dive down to the earth. Half lift Ardha Uttanasana with your breath. And then high plank, plant your hands and step your feet back. And in your high plank, take a moment just to find your foundation. Knees can be up or knees can be down. Feel your shoulders draw back out of your ears and actively breathe the crown of your head forward. Your thighs are strong, your center is strong, and your breath is flowing steady. And then when you're ready, you're going to follow an inhale to shift forward. And use the entire length of your exhale to lower to your belly. Continue to draw your shoulders out of your ears as you lower to the earth. Untuck your toes, breathe in to find your low cobra. Feel the length along your spine, feel the strength along your spine as you lift. And then exhale to release. Good inhale to your low or high cobra. So if it feels okay in your body, maybe you lift a little bit taller with the support of your arms. And then exhale to let it go. Last round, we're going to inhale to up dog. Feel free to return to cobra instead. And with exhale, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Draw your pelvis up and back. Let's reset with a collective breath. Deep inhale through your nose. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. And inhale your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward, shoulders out of ears. We'll hold for our inhale. And then we stay as we exhale. Three-legged dog. Inhale to reach your right leg high. And exhale, step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. One time cow lunge, left knee hovers, take a big breath in. And one time cat lunge, lengthen your legs with exhale. Good. Just like before, bend into your right knee. With your inhalation, twist your right hand to the sky. On your exhalation, release your right hand down to the earth. Chair pose, left foot will step forward to the top of your yoga mat. Settle into your seat. Take an inhale to lift up through your heart and hands. On your exhale, open arm twist to the left. Left hand's going to sweep down and back. And as you breathe in, bring it through center, Utkatasana. This time as you exhale, both hands sweep back, airplane your arms beside you. Lean into your left foot. Pull your navel to your spine and drive down with your left heel so that you can flamingo your right heel to your seat. And from this flamingo shape, you're going to slowly step it back to a high crescent lunge. So take your time, imagine going almost through an airplane pose, and then place your right toes to the back of your yoga mat. You'll inhale to lift your heart and hands. And then exhale, goddess your arms, elbows open wide. And with a big breath in, stretch your hands back up to the sky. And then exhale to a prayer twist, right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. And strong with your legs. Count through your chest, think about lifting your heart away from your left quad. Really active through right quad as well. And take one more breath here. Trying to slow down your inhales. And lengthen your exhales. Big push through your feet. Strong through your center, high crescent lunge, unravel and reach high. And on your exhale, hands arrive down to the earth. Three-legged dog, breathe your left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Hold for your breath in. Draw your heel tight to your seat as you stay for your exhale. Three-legged dog, lift your left leg tall. On your breath out, place your left foot forward. We'll inhale to our cow lunge. Open through your right hip. And then exhale, cat lunge, extend through your legs. Bend into your left knee. Just for your inhale, twist your left hand to the sky. On your exhale, left hand returns to your mat. Chair pose, Utkatasana, right foot takes a big step forward. Breathe in to lift tall. Open arm twist to the right with your out breath, the right hand sweeps back. Check that your knees are square, your core is active. And then chair pose, inhale through center. Exit the airplane, both your arms back beside you. Get strong through your belly, lean into your right foot. And then slowly start to flamingo your left heel to your seat. So this is kind of a preview of the transition we'll be taking in a little bit. So take your time here. Slowly send your left leg back like you're almost going to airplane pose. And then land your left toes lightly to the back of your yoga mat. As you find your way to high crescent lunge, big breath in. Goddess arms, open your heart with exhale. And then inhale your hands to the sky. As we empty our lungs, prayer twist to the right, hook your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Finding that energy and that buoyancy through your left hip. Let your right shoulder lean back. Feel the twist at your mid spine and your upper back. Think inhale for length and exhale for engagement. Strong push through your feet, high crescent lunge. Breathe in, reach high. On your exhale, it's high plank, hands to the earth. Step your right foot back to meet your left. We'll inhale to slide forward. Chaturanga, lower halfway or all the way with your out breath. Follow your inhalation to up dog or cobra. And exhalation takes us back to downward facing dog. And pausing here, deep breath through your nose. Maybe open mouth, exhale, let it go. Okay, we'll inhale right leg to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Exhale your knee towards your nose, shoulders out of ears. You can either hold here or keep your shoulders over wrists. Maybe breathe into a one-legged plank. Reach your right leg back. On your exhale, bring your knee to your nose if it's not already there. Three-legged dog, inhale your right leg high. On your exhale, step your right foot forward to the top. We take our cow lunge to reset, left knee hovers, breathe in. Exhale to your cat lunge, lengthen out your legs. Slightly different this time. Bend into your right knee and step directly forward to chair pose. So you sit into your seat, breathe in, reach tall. Prayer twist to the left. So you're going to twist your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Your heart is rotated to the left side of the room. Once you have that connection, that twist, let your booty sink a little bit low, heart gets a little bit prouder. Rotate your gaze down to look at the earth. Lean your energy into left foot. Use your core to come to your right tippy toes. When you're ready, you're going to lean so much into your left foot that you can flamingo your right heel to your seat. Just like we did before without the prayer twist, you're going to slow motion send your right leg back like you're going to an airplane. And then eventually you slowly place your right toes to the earth, the back of your yoga mat. Prayer twisted lunge. From here, big push to your feet, high crescent. Inhale to rise up to your center. On your exhale, goddess arms, option to dip your right knee towards a hover, finding a big lunge dip, strengthening through your legs. High crescent, rise and reach tall with your breath in. And exhale to your warrior two. Right heel rotates down. We're going to inhale to reverse our warrior, left hand sweeps to the sky. Now listen, this is kind of a funky transition. On your exhale, your left hand's going to lead the way. We're going to a twisted low lunge towards the opposite side of the room. So left hand's gonna sweep down towards the earth. Right hand's gonna windmill overhead. Left hand keeps going though. So as your right fingertips find the ground, you're gonna unhook your right heel and find your twisted low lunge. Now that transition is kind of tricky to cue over a Zoom camera, but hopefully you found your way here. Basically, the arms are doing a windmill. Cool. We'll have another opportunity to explore it second side. Right palm to the earth, you can stay here or side plank. Maybe step your left foot back to Vashisthasana. Good, if you want to, you can lift your left leg or you can drop your right knee for a modified side plank. Any variation you'd like. Big breath in. Exhale, slow motion to your high plank pose. With your in-breath, slide forward. Exhale, chaturanga or downward dog, you decide. We'll all meet back eventually in our downward facing dog. However you'd like to get there. Letting that reset breath, take an inhale through your nose. And exhale out of your mouth. And breathe your left leg up to the ceiling, three-legged dog. Exhale, draws knee to nose, shift it forward. Hold or one-legged plank on your inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Three-legged dog, lengthen your left leg tall. And then step your left foot forward. We find our cow lunge with a big, generous inhale, right knee hovers. Exhale to your cat lunge, create the extension to your legs. When you're ready, bend into your front knee. Chair pose, take that giant step forward. Hugging to the midline with your thighs, navel to spine, big breath in. We'll exhale to our prayer twist. Hook your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. So your heart is rotating towards the right side of the room. You're going to look down towards the earth. It's going to help with stability. Really pull into your core by driving down with your right foot. Lengthen your low back. And then when you feel light in your left leg, start to flamingo your left heel to your seat. Now see how slowly you can send your left leg back, floating it in the air first, like an airplane leg. And then eventually left toes land to the back of your yoga mat. And give your prayer twisted lunge one moment. Strong through your center, drive through your feet. High crescent lunge, breathe in as you lift up. With exhale, it's goddess arms, with your left knee sinks to a hover. Think about your rib cage lifting as your left knee drops. And then breathe in to rise up. Warrior two, unravel open. And as you settle into your warrior two, deep breath to reverse your warrior. So again, we're going to go to a twisted low lunge facing the opposite side of the room. I haven't figured out how to clearly cue this virtually yet without doing a demo, but we're going to take a big breath in. We'll see how it goes. On your exhale, your arms lead the way. You're going to windmill down, almost like you're windmilling to a low lunge, but your right hand continues back and up until you find your twisted low lunge. Take an inhale, stay or exhale to your side plank. Left hand is your base, and the right foot travels back to stack or to float into the air. You always have the option to drop your left knee to the ground. Take an inhale here. Exhale, high plank pose. Full breath as you slide forward. Consciously choose chaturanga or downward facing dog. Pausing in a child's pose, let your knees come to the earth. Reach your hips to your heels. Take 3 slow cycles of breath. When you're ready, go ahead and sit up onto your shin bones. And then breathing in, reach your hands to the sky. On your exhale, twisting to the left. Left hand's going to go behind you, tighten your fingertips on the earth. We're going to press down through our shin bones. You can either just reach your right hand overhead, or you can inhale, press your shin bones, lift your hips, and reach your right hand overhead. So this kind of baby camel shape. Drive your shin bones into the earth to really help open the fronts of your hips. Navel to spine, your shoulder blades are helping boost your heart. And as you're ready, just slowly sink your hips to your heels. Switching it out, we inhale, both hands high. Exhale, twisting towards the right, fingertips go behind you. Either just reach your left hand overhead or drive through your shin bones. Press your hips forward. Think about drawing your rib cage away from your pelvis. Really press and kick your shin bones down into the ground. Big breath in. And exhale to release. Meeting back in downward facing dog. As you're ready, slide forward, tuck your toes and lift your hips. Now in your downward facing dog, walk your feet as wide as your yoga mat and maybe a little bit closer to your hands. So you're in this like kind of short but wide down dog. You can still be heels lifted, or you can bend your knees a lot and let your heels land to the earth. Get really strong with your left hand. Your right hand's going to cross underneath to the outside of your left calf or ankle. Bend your right elbow and pull your heart underneath. So you're twisting underneath your left armpit. Push through your left hand. Push through your strong legs. Relax your head. Switching sides, reach your right hand forward, deep breath in. Exhale, left hand's going to grab the outside of your right ankle or calf. Bend your elbow, peek underneath your right armpit. Push through your right hand, push through your legs. Then draw your chest underneath you. And from here, returning back to your traditional down dog. Unravel, unwind, walk everything out. And then inhale your right leg to the ceiling. With exhale, you're going to bend your knee and open your hip. Stay your option for your wild thing. Maybe step your right toes behind you and open your heart to the sky. Full breath in. Now looking to the top of your yoga mat, we're going to meet in a low lunge. Maybe you don't need your right hand for that transition from your wild thing. You just use your core to pull your right knee towards your chest and take a big step forward. Cow lunge, left knee sinks low, take a breath in. And exhale to your cat lunge, lengthen out your legs. As you bend into your right knee, make sure your feet are about hips distance apart, and then twist your right hand to the sky. So kind of back to that beginning progression. We're going to keep the twist. We're going to slowly rise up to a lifted, a twisted cross-set lunge. So keeping your arms wide, slowly start to rise up to face the right side of the room. With your wings spread wide, you're tall through crown to tailbone, shoulders over your hips. Take an inhale to exalt your crescent, left hand's reaching up to the ceiling. And then on your exhale, slowly unravel to warrior two. Good, with the breath in, reverse your warrior, lengthen through your right side body. And then exhale this time to your side angle. Left hand reaches overhead. Maybe extending your side angle, let your left hand reach all the way over, big breath in. And exhale to your wide-legged forward fold. Sweeping down to center, hinge at your hips. And inhale to a halfway lift, lengthen at your spine. And on your exhale, bring your heels in, goddess squat, but hands to your thighs. So this layer is kind of like counterbalance to everything we've been doing. Take a moment here, maybe shift a little side to side if that feels good. Then inhale, long torso. On your exhale, you're going to twist your left elbow to the center. Option to bend your right elbow for a deeper rotation. But think about this twist less as how much you rotate, more about the length of your spine. Really stretch your sitting bones away from the crown of your head. Breathing in, bring yourself through center. And on exhale, second side right shoulder's going to dip in. Option to bend your left elbow. Think about long, long, long spine. And we'll inhale through our center. On your exhale, wide-legged forward fold, toes turn in, dive down. Rotating towards the top of your yoga mat. Turn forward so you're framing your right foot. And then step into your chair pose, Utkatasana. Nice full inhale as you rise up. Exhale, airplane arms. Powerful to your left leg. Start to bring your right leg with you to stand, one-legged Tadasana. Help lengthen through the low back. Interlace your hands on your right shin. You can have some softness in your left knee. Pull your right thigh up towards your body. So think about the shape that we often take on our back body, but now we're standing. You want an extra balance challenge. Curl your nose in the direction of your knee. Big breath in. On your exhale, slow motion, we're going to an airplane pose. Start to fly it back. Lengthen from your crown to your right foot. Big, generous inhale. High crescent lunge on your exhale. Release your right toes gently to the earth. And breathe to reach up tall. Goddess arms, option to sink your right knee to hover like we've done before. Front ribs actively draw to the back of the body. And then inhale, stretch it tall. Exhale your hands down to your yoga mat. Final side for our final layer. We'll inhale left leg to the sky, big breath in. Exhale to bend your knee and open your hip. Stay, or perhaps you tip into your wild thing, left toes then lighten. Feel your shoulder blades help lift your heart. And then if you'd like to transition from here, look to the top of your yoga mat. Think side plank energy. Using your core, pull your left knee to your heart and step your left foot forward, maybe help it the rest of the way. We inhale to our cow lunge. And we'll exhale to our cat lunge. Good. As you bend into your left knee, and make sure your feet are about hips distance for the transition we're headed to. Left hand's going to twist to the sky. Keeping the twist, we're going to rise up to our open arm twisted crescent. Slow, strong, and intentional. Wings nice and wide. Think about leaning your shoulders to stack over your hips. And then breath in to exalt. Right hand reaches to the ceiling. Exhale is going to unravel us into our warrior two. Deep breath in to reverse your warrior. And breath out to side angle, left elbow to your thigh, reach your right hand to the sky. Just for a moment, extend your side angle, right hand reaches overhead. Put your breath out, circle, sweep it to your center, wide-legged forward fold. A little different this time, we'll inhale to a halfway lift. On your exhale, bend your right knee for your side lunge or your skandasana. Take one cycle of breath here to the right side. And as you're ready, just finding second side bend into your left knee. Again, you can stay lifted in your side lunge or sink your seat and flex your right toes to the sky for skandasana. Think long spine. From here, you rotate to the top of our yoga mat. We have that grand finale of standing balance. Right foot steps forward, Utkatasana, your final chair pose. Breathe in, reach tall. On your breath out, airplane your arms. Energy transfers to your right foot. Use your core to rise up with your left leg, one-legged Tadasana. From here, hands interlace on the front of your left shin. Maybe you just draw your thigh into your chest. Again, you can find some softness to your standing right leg. You want to challenge your balance. Think nose towards knee or forehead towards knee. One full inhale. Good. We exhale to airplane pose. Slowly start to send everything out long. Collarbones open wide. Think externally, rotate your upper arm bones. That's palms down, thumbs wide. Breathing length to the nape of the neck and length to your low back. Tailbone reaches towards your left heel. We softly descend to our high crescent lunge. Light landing, big breath in, reach high. Exhale, goddess eyes, one more optional. Knee dip of your left knee to a hover. Awesome, we'll inhale to reach up. And exhale your hands to your mat. Stepping forward to your forward fold. Soften your knees and just hang out and ragdoll for a moment. Maybe pinkies to opposite elbow creases. Let your head hang heavy. Sway a little bit from side to side or forward and back. And then inhale to your halfway lift, lengthen out. On your exhale, walk your feet as wide as your yoga mat, Malasana squat. Sinking into your squat, think tall spine, open hips, active through your glutes. And a really full inhale. And then sit your hips down to the ground on your exhale. Legs long in front of you. We're gonna take one seated shape before we lie down. So legs in front of you. Keep your left leg long and then bend your right knee and bring the sole of your right foot towards your inner left thigh. Maybe adjust your seat from out beneath you, out from underneath you. That was really difficult to say. Adjust your seat out from underneath you. And then inhale, reach your hands to the ceiling. Flex your left toes to your face and follow your exhale to dive forward. Not worried about how close you are to the earth, just think long spine and low back release. Now you can choose to stay here in the forward bend. If you prefer the side bend, you can open up to the right, rolling your right rib cage back and open as your right hand reaches overhead. Both are good counterbalances for what we traveled through today. And slowly and gently start to rise up and away from your left leg and just switching it up. Right leg is going to go long. Bend your left knee, left foot towards inner right thigh. Make any seat adjustments. Stretch tall to the ceiling, flex your right toes to your face. Breathing in, the rib cage off pelvis. And exhale to dive forward. And maybe you add in the side bend if you want to explore that, opening up to the left side. Left shoulder and rib cage roll to stack towards over your right hip and your right shoulder. And as you roll open towards that stacking of your left side body over your right side body, try to keep your left hip really heavy, really anchored. And then whenever you are ready to release, take your time to push the earth away. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees open wide, Supta Baddha Konasana. Maybe hands hold your ankles. Inhale, open chest. Maybe think about squeezing your shoulder blades together. Really, really open across your heart space. And your exhale, hold it forward. You can also reach your hands out in front of you if that feels better. Let your head hang heavy, tailbones heavy. Take 3 cycles of breath. If you want to stay longer, stay longer. Otherwise, you'll roll on up and then roll onto your back body. If you want to use your core to lower down slowly, you can, of course, find heel anchors or boat pose, whatever you prefer. And then use the strength of your core to find your way down. We're going to meet all together in a happy baby once you find your way to the back of your body. Just picking a version of happy baby that feels interesting in this moment. Feel free to lengthen one or both of your legs as well. Think long to the back of your body. Navel pulls to your spine, shoulders out of ears. Feel the crown of your head lengthen away from your tailbone. Big, big breath in. And on your exhale, releasing your knees to your chest. Let your knees fall over to the left into a gentle twist. I'm just sending 2 to 3 cycles of breath to your right side. Again, the process of softening away any lingering effort from your shapes, from your heart, from your mind. We begin to shift from effort to ease, creating balance in our practice. Be slowing down your breath as well. When you're ready to find second side, just slowly and gently migrate your legs to center. As you transfer them over to the right, maybe your gaze tips to the left. And then you'll just listen to your body for when you're ready to come back through center. Option to just curl those up to knees, rounding through your back. Or if you'd like to add in a cloud pose or a shoulder stand for a few cycles of breath. Let's take maybe 3 to 5 breaths to add in a final inversion. We're going to be meeting eventually in Shavasana. So if you feel ready to relax into your final relaxation, feel free to go directly there. And whenever you do decide that you are ready to lengthen out, then maybe let your legs go a little bit wider than you normally do. Arms go nice and wide. Think about like embracing your inner starfish. And then once you find that sweet spot, you are ready to relax into. Allow your eyes to close. And let your breath begin to deepen. And just allow yourself 3 cycles of deep, intentional breathing. And after that 3rd breath, just allow any effort or control of the breath to fade away. And allow your natural breath to take over. Your mind has started to wander. Just gently returning your focus back to your breath for one more minute, back to the sensation and the mindful awareness of heart and thoughts. As you practice mindful awareness of the sensations of your physical body, the sensations and movement of your breath, whatever is moving through your heart and thoughts moving through your mind, can you do so without judgment, without comparison, setting aside expectation, how you need to be or show up in this moment, but just being curious, just noticing. Maybe you stay just exactly as you are, continuing to notice and observe each of the layers of you. And maybe you slowly and gently bring some movement back into your body and begin to deepen your breath. Maybe an inhale reaches your hands up overhead towards a full body stretch. And on your exhale, your hands find their way to your heart. And pausing in gratitude, we take this final moment of our practice to acknowledge the yoga practice itself, the pathway that this practice lays out for us, that guides us to deeper understanding, clarity, and connection. It helps lead us to the inner wisdom and inner teacher that exists within each of us. We pause in gratitude for our physical bodies, like this vessel that is capable of so much, that is healthy and strong and able. We pause in gratitude for our breath, the life force, the source energy that sustains us through every moment of every single day. And we pause in gratitude for this community, for the time that we share, and for the energy that we exchange when we move and breathe together. So in deep gratitude, let's take one more inhale through the nose. As you're ready, open mouth, exhale, release. May yoga offer us a path to compassion, and may our practices serve as our teachers, guiding us to live with authenticity and to love deeply each and every day. Thank you so much for being here, and namaste.